point it out.
Okay. Or did you?
One of the most fun things that I think about when I think about being a nurse is being able to give a shot. But you got to get past giving that first shot. The first one is not that easy, and that's what I'm going to tell y'all about today is when I gave my first shot, which was on Friday. Right after we started nursing school, just a couple of weeks into school, they started teaching us how to give a shot. And we were reading about it in the textbook, and they were explaining it to us, and then they took us to the lab. And we started giving shots on dummies. And these dummies have little soft, spongy spots like on their arm or on their leg where you would give the shot. So we practiced, giving the shot in those spots. And if you didn't want to practice on a dummy, they have these little square, spongy pads on a Velcro belt, and you could wrap that around yourself or a fellow student, and you could practice giving a shot on another student, which you had to be kind of brave to let somebody come at you with a needle, because they might miss that little pad. But that's the way we practiced, and that's the way we started learning how to give shots. Well, we didn't really feel like we had a lot of instruction on that, and they came in one day and said, okay, we're going to go to 2 middle schools, and y'all are going to give immunizations to children. We're going to get to go practice, put into practice what we had learned how to do. So we had to start thinking about what we would say to the children to make them feel comfortable. And we had to kind of rehearse what we might say to them, things we might talk to them about to kind of take their minds off getting a shot. So we had all this planned out in our minds. And the teacher told us, she said, now you cannot let these children know that you're scared. You can't let them know this is the first time to give a shot. You've got to be professional, and you've got to act like you have experience doing this. So we thought, okay, we got to get psyched up for this because it's going to be kind of hard to do. So we went to our first school, and we had to fill our syringes with the medicine. And this is a medicine vial, and that's what you take your medicine out of and put it into the syringe, kind of like this. So we had to fill our syringes, and when we got ready, they gave us a student. They brought us a student with some paperwork. And we were supposed to stay with that student until it was time to give them their shot. Well, this was moving along kind of slowly because we only had 2 instructors with us, and they had to watch each person give the shot, so they could only take 2 people at a time. So we were standing out in the hall with our student, and the longer we stood there, the worse it got. The students got nervous, and we got more nervous. So it was just getting worse as the minutes went by. Well, I had a real sweet little girl, and she started getting nervous about getting her shot. And before we got to go in, she said, well, I'll do it if my cousin can go in with me. So we made arrangements to let the little girl's cousin go at the same time that she did. So it finally was our turn to go in. And we went into the room, and the cousin sat in one chair, and I set my student over in the chair where we were going to sit. Everything was going pretty good this time. So I took out my little alcohol pad, and I cleaned a little spot on her arm to get ready to give her the shot. Well, when I picked this up and I took the cap off the needle, she screamed. She said, oh no, I'm not going to take a shot. And she pulled away from me, and I didn't know what I was going to do. Well, my instructor just kind of took her. She said, here, hug me real tight. And she said, hug me with both arms. So she was kind of pulling this arm around like this, so I was able to give her shot here in this arm. And then I gave her a shot in the other arm. They each had to get 2 shots. But after I gave her the shot, she said, oh, that didn't even hurt at all. But the funny thing about it was that as scared as that little girl was, I was more scared or more nervous than she was. And all the things that I had practiced and rehearsed that I would say, nothing came to my mind. I just tuned everything out. I didn't even know what I was doing. I just gave her the shots, and everything worked out okay. But I just want to tell y'all to be aware of student nurses giving shots, because it may be their first time to ever give a shot, and they're going to be walking around acting like that they've probably given hundreds, and they may have never even given one, so you may be their first patient. But you just never know. But just know that they are probably more scared than you are if that's the case. I don't think I can without an instructor present. I don't think we can do that. until we have our license. So. Anyway, it'll be easy from now on after we got that first one out of the way. Oh, are you gonna take me again? Thank you.